So I'm in New York right now. I'm on vacation. I'm visiting my hometown, my family, and it occurred to me while traveling that Koreans really love traveling. I know people everywhere enjoy traveling, enjoy taking vacations, but I don't think I've ever talked to a Korean who didn't like traveling. Me personally, I don't like traveling. It's a lot of effort, it's a lot of work, it's expensive, and I see it kind of as an escape from what you're doing. And me personally, I don't really feel the need to escape what I'm doing. I try to stay, I live somewhere and I try to focus on my own world and to build up what I'm doing and to get good at what I'm doing and just build some kind of a system, a routine, like a life for myself. So I'm not really that into vacations. I don't really need them that much. But I can see, especially if people take vacations, if the reason is escaping, then I can definitely understand why Koreans might prefer to do that a lot. Hello. So, but no, I believe Koreans take vacations a lot for many different reasons. And one of them is that Koreans seem much more well informed about that there's like an existing world out there, which is more than I can say for many Americans. Americans don't grow up knowing much about geography, don't know much about the rest of the world and reasons to travel. It depends on how educated they are, it depends on their family background sometimes. But no, there are many Americans who never travel, who've never left the country. And Koreans always seem to want to travel, to want to leave the country, even if they haven't. They have the will to. They just never had the opportunity. So what was I saying? This dog is distracting me. Yeah, so they often want to travel, and the thing is, Korea is always comparing itself to other countries. The government is always comparing itself to other countries. Korea kind of has always had a long history of being subjugated by other foreign powers. Hey. But I mean, that because of that, Korea seems to think, oh, we're a small country, we're kind of not powerful compared to other countries, so it often compares itself to other countries. At this point in modern times, Korea is pretty powerful, but it is relatively small compared to its neighbors. Its neighbors are Japan and China, which are much bigger in terms of population, in terms of world influence. So, and also Korea is very close to the US, which is also huge. So Korea is very interested in looking at the rest of the world and looking about how to improve Korea by comparing it to the rest of the world. Korea is very interested in foreign goods, foreign products, foreign food, foreign trends. I don't know about foreign dogs. And so because of that, people are always kind of interested in those things. And so, let's say they eat foreign food and they wish like, oh, I wish I went to Italy so I can actually eat real Italian food. Oh, I wish I went to New York so I can see, actual New Yorkers wearing these brands that I'm interested in. Hello. And stuff like that. So, and also, language learning in Korea is huge. I mean, people seem to love learning languages, even if there's no direct purpose for it. And traveling is a good way to use those languages, to use all that knowledge. I mean, even Koreans don't really have much of a use for English in Korea, and everyone has to learn English. Like, all major companies require an English test score in order to apply. And very few of them actually require the employees to use English for their work. So in that case, traveling to an English-speaking country would be a way to use that language. So there are a lot of reasons that Koreans could travel, would want to travel, motivation to travel, motivation to live outside the country. And I know it's kind of interesting. I mean, I find it interesting just how many people want to, how big of a thing it is. I mean, I graduated from NYU, and Korean students at NYU were like the biggest population of foreign students, I believe, or like the most number of foreign students came from Korea. Stuff like that. Just the emphasis in Korea on the rest of the world is immense. It's always about global stuff, globalization, global. I mean, at Yonsei, where I was an exchange student, there was the Global Lounge, which at one point tried to force everyone who was in there to be speaking English, but that didn't take. I guess that's all I've got to say for rambling. Just playing with the dog outside. Here you go. Tara, ready? Oh! Good job.